If you think about your business over the course of the next 5 years and the next 10 years, is there a serious trade-off to be made about diminishing the traditional oil and gas business, services business? Should you or should you not just shut down the old traditional quote unquote dirty parts of the business to focus on the good bits?
You shouldn't. And if you look at the demand growth that's happening from an energy perspective, and you look at the requirement, the biggest change of going from poverty to middle class to developed nations has been the abundance of energy. Hydrocarbons play a role in that abundance, and it's important that we lose focus of the benefits that we've received from oil and gas. At the same time, we need to continue to reduce the carbon footprint, and there's ways you can do that by minimizing flaring, by upgrading equipment so that there's no leakage, by doing a series of investments from a digital perspective to drive optimization. And that's what the focus has to be now, because there is a supply-constrained world when you look at the demand outlook. And we need hydrocarbons in the coming decade to continue to play a role as we feed the world with the energy it needs.
At what point is Mr. Simonelli or his successor going to have to say, now is no longer the time to be allocating capital into the traditional oil field services businesses?
Look, I think they'll be led by the market. Firstly, led by the commodity market in terms of, that gives us a real-time indicator of the demand of those products. So, at some point, a long way in the future, I think, as you go into sort of accelerated decline of oil demand, that's going to have implications for the oil price. And I suspect they're also going to respond to signals from the equity market.
Rosanna, how do you consider the risk, or is it a trade-off between investing in old versus new industries?
Yes, it is a trade-off and it is a risk. Recently, difficulties standing in front of the numbers of an oil company say, okay, how long they're going to be around. I needed to be able, as an investor, to put a value on the asset. You can see, going back to the point of Paul, how the equity market is pushing them of not reinvesting in the assets because probably there is not anymore this terminal value. And for Baker Hughes is different. They are engineers. They know how to deal with fluid gas, and they can apply this knowledge to old hydrocarbon like to new technology.